Hi friends, I'm Renata Bowers, author of the Free to Be series of picture books, and I am here at the Story Barn. Paula, LaJoy, and I and our families are excited to welcome you here for the next week of Wonder and Wander. Based on registration, there are a lot of you who haven't been here before, and we're really excited to welcome you to the property for Dirt Week. So every week we have a different theme that guides the different crafts and things we're suggesting. But just keep in mind, everything that we're going to show you today is a suggestion. We love imagination and we love giving children free reign to kind of create whatever it is they see within their imagination. So if the supplies we give you are used in a way other than we suggest, that's awesome. So really encourage you to let your kids and yourself just enjoy and create as your imagination leads. So for Dirt Week, yes, we have 3 different things that we're going to be exploring this week. The first one is painting with dirt. So how does that work? Pretty simply, our summer intern Abby's been working on this, but really we're going to be giving you a cup with dirt, and then your child is going to be invited to use his or her spray bottle, which always comes in every basket, to spray until you get the consistency of the paint that you want to experiment with, okay? And we'll walk you through this when you come to the property, but you're going to have everything that you need to go off and make your own paint. The other option you can do is we have a limited selection of acrylic colors in the barn, so if your child wants to experiment with color, we also could add a little bit of acrylic paint to your mud concoction. And then you're going to be invited to paint using your own homemade paintbrushes. Now, we are going to give each child a real paintbrush because sometimes that's just satisfying. But our intern Abby came up with kind of a cool idea. If you want to look over here, you're going to be getting clothespins to create your own paintbrushes out of items either found in nature or that we have in our workshop. So if you take a look at everything here, you get an idea of how you could be playing with textures and natural elements as well as craft elements, and to create a different kind of texture to your painting. So I'm going to give you an idea of what painting looks like with dirt. This is Abby's that she just put together this week. I think one of the things that I like a lot is if you look really closely, especially in light, there's so much sand in our dirt here at the barn that it actually ends up getting a little bit of a glitter effect in the light. And so she experimented with a little bit of red here. And again, it's not so much about creating a beautiful piece of artwork as it is just about playing with the dirt and the textures. So you will be receiving some paper plates. This is what we invite you to experiment on. You know, you can be just trying things out, experimenting. You've got a number of paper plates here to play with. And then if your child decides she really wants to paint something, create something, you're going to find that she does have a piece of hardstock paper that she can use to create something kind of like what Abby did. Okay, so that is dirt painting. Our second suggested activity is called a jar of dirt. And there is a book, I will have it here, I forgot to bring it with me for this filming, but there's a book that I love. It's a simple chapter book by Patricia McLaughlin called Word After Word After Word. And it is dear to my heart because it really is about encouraging story within children. And one of the chapters is devoted to the idea of finding dirt from a place that you've loved. And I actually did this years ago. I went all the way back to Wisconsin and I found dirt from underneath the place where my swing used to be. And I filled that up, and this is something that I've had for now probably 10 years. And I keep it with me, and I do see the power of the idea of keeping landscape from someplace you've loved. When we moved to the Story Barn, I did it again. And I filled this jar with dirt from the Story Barn. Now, as you can see, Sharpies work on a jar, and I've chosen to decorate the lid with a little bit of fabric and string. Quite simple, but again, this is now something I will always have as a reminder of a place that I've loved. So how does this work for your child? Well, he or she is going to be given the opportunity to pick a jar and then decide where he or she might like to go to get dirt. If that happens to be the Story Barn, we're delighted. But here's a suggestion. So your child is also going to get this label, and it says "My Jar of Dirt," and there's room for the child's name, the location of the dirt, and the date in which the dirt was collected. So maybe when you talk with your child, you're going to discover that your child really wants to get the dirt from someplace other than the story barn, which is fine because you can decorate the entire jar, and then it's kind of neat to go to that location and put dirt in it. And we have all these little other supplies that you can use to decorate your jar. And finally, this one is Abby's. So as you can see, she took a different approach, and she just used Sharpies all over her glass. And she left hers open. So we're not going to tell you how to do it. The jar of dirt is just meant to be a neat opportunity for you to share with your kids in talking about a place that means a whole lot to them. So that is the jar of dirt activity. And finally, we're going to be planting something here at the story barn together in your time here, because dirt also is about growing things. And so we have selected something to plant on each of the days this week, and all of you will be able to help us participate in doing that right here. And then when you come back and visit the story barn, you'll be able to see how it's growing. So we have that for you as well. Now, for those of you who haven't been here before, real quickly, and also I bet some of you are asking, what do you do if it rains? If it rains, we will make provisions for you to be undercover, meaning there's room in the workshop, there's room in the gazebo. We have room for you to be if it's raining. But then between raindrops or when it's not raining, that still gives you the freedom to be outside. So the only time we would cancel an event is if it was really an impending storm with thunder and lightning. So I think that we should be all set for tomorrow, so do plan on continuing to come. When you check in at the barn, you're going to receive this basket, and it's going to contain everything you need for the suggestions that we just walked you through. So you're going to find the paper plates and the paper and the paintbrush and the clothespins for the paint brushes. So everything you need. Your child also will receive a story barn notebook that he or she brings back every time, every visit. So for those of you who've been here before, make sure you bring these back. They're just a way to color, draw, write, and keep as a memento of the summer that you spent here. And then you'll also find there are fun things to play with and adventure with, such as a magnifying glass or sidewalk chalk, the spray bottles with water and bubbles. Those are things that every child can use simply to go off an adventure. So this will all be given to you when you check in. You have 3 hours on the property. You can come and go as you like. And when you are finished, you simply bring the basket back. Everything your child makes, he or she is welcome to take with you home, or if there's something that he feels compelled to leave at the property, that's fine too. Although this week it feels like more of a take-home project to us. So that's your decision to make with your child. Anything else you need to know, it should be in the email. If you have any questions, do respond directly to the email or give us a call at the barn. And we look forward to seeing you here for Dirt Week at the Story Barn. Oh, one last thing. Yes, we do have free-to-be books on hand. People ask us that. We do have a store at the barn, and we sell all the free-to-be books along with other related products, and I'm happy to sign any book that someone would like to select, and we will have a story time each day. So we'll see you very soon. Thanks much.